Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another special edition of... Never mind, this is not Dreamtime with Danielle, even though we are clearly in studio. This week is Halloween, and so we're going to do something a little different, a little special. Instead of discussing a dream that I had, we're discussing a dream that crashed. The Addams Family, a new musical of lies! A Halloween staple, the Addams Family. Now, they date back to 1938. 1938. Which means in 2038, the Addams Family will officially be 100 years old. I'm a pretty big fan. I mean, listen, they're creepy and they're kooky. They're mysteriously spooky. They are altogether ooky. You know who I'm talking about. What you may not know is I am a fan of collecting playbills. This is one of many playbills to many a show that I have gone to because I live in New York and I have ready access to Broadway. Or at least I did before COVID-19 struck Broadway down. Where was I? Researching. Our favorite spooky family were born as comic strips in 1938, mostly in the New Yorker. That means the Addams Family are totally New Yorkers. Of course, they did not stay in newspapers. Oh no, they made their way to the silver screen in the 60s, where there was the Addams Family television show, which of course gave us the very licensed theme song that we all know and love. There was a movie in the 70s, in the early 90s, starring, of course, Angelica Houston and Raul Julia. R.I.P. Perfect Gomez. There was also a cartoon on Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network. Yes, it was a cartoon in the 90s, mostly on Cartoon Network, but apparently on ABC also. It got remade into a film this past year, 2019, but in between all of that, it had a little incarnation on stage, thus bringing us to the Addams Family on Broadway. More like the Imposter Family! One thing that we love the most about the Addams Family, besides the fact that their house is a museum and we really ought to see them, what we love about them is that they love each other, no matter how macabre or strange or eerie they may be. They have sincere love for one another. How they show it, different. And that is what makes the Addams Family so special. They show their love in very peculiar ways, but it is love to them nonetheless. They embrace the dark, the mysterious, where we would see rot. They would see the beauty and decadence of decomposition. And then probably Tish will say something in French, which will make Gomez start kissing her arms, and suddenly we have to move on to another screen if we're going to keep this PG-13. That's what's so great about them. Morticia and Gomez are so in love and devoted to one another. So, what did the Addams Family Broadway decide to do? In the Broadway version, this takes place when Wednesday is an adult and she's in love. I don't hate this. Perfectly fine. Morticia and Gomez are in love. Why shouldn't Wednesday find love? That storyline is okay with me. She's in love with some normal guy. Also, don't hate this. I'm fine with that. There's a lot of fun stuff we can do with the family of this modern guy meeting Wednesday's family, the Addams. In fact, the in-laws are coming to meet them, and that's where the Broadway show begins. Except this is where the imposter syndrome kicks in, because this Wednesday Addams is embarrassed of her weird family. Yeah, I know. Who the heck wrote that? Who the heck was like, this is brilliant writing? So apparently, this love interest saw Wednesday Addams hunting in Central Park one day. Okay, fine. And he's all like, oh, she's the one. Who knows why she's in love with him? I did not revisit the music. It's been a decade since I saw it. I remember how it made me feel. So this white bread family comes over to visit the Addams, and The mother has Morticia doubting her beauty? Excuse me? I remember distinctly the line, crow's feet. Morticia Addams would divine crow's feet, okay? She would, what would she do? She would pontificate over the decadence of crows marching their feet of time across her skin. Not be like, oh, Gomez isn't gonna find me attractive. Yeah. The musical really went there and expected us to believe we were watching the Addams Family. No. Fester's mostly Fester. I would say he's the most in-character Addams of them all. Zero reference to the movies. Oh, hey, you know what else is missing from the Addams Family musical? The Addams Family music! The iconic ba-da-da-dun. I can't snap because it's very copyrighted. And that is probably why it was not included in the musical, although heads up, if you cannot get the rights to the music of the licensed product that you want to produce, you should probably not produce it. Who are the Addams Family without their iconic snap snaps? Who wrote the book to this? I would like to interrupt and say that everyone who participated in the Addams Family Broadway show was incredibly talented. I mean, let's just face it. We have here Nathan Lane as Gomez. Obviously, he was amazing. But it was the sum of their parts that went wrong, not the parts themselves. The Addams Family, a new musical. Huh. Whoever put the Addams Family Broadway show together did not truly understand the Addams Family. They love each other. They love the macabre. They're not afraid to get old. They're not afraid of each other. They don't think each other are weird. They're incredibly proud of who they are and what makes them who they are. And that's why this show kind of just tanked. I mean, the music is completely forgettable. I can't remember a single song. Okay, I just looked it up and I remember one song. Hey, it's to each their own, okay? I mean, I love the movies, but I definitely prefer the cartoon that I watched as a kid because they were cartoons and you could just do so much more in them. I also prefer the sequel to the original. That's right, I'm talking about Addams Family values. You are Mr. Debbie! I mean, come on, Debbie is just like the iconic character to come out of anything Addams Family related, with her not being an original Addams. Let's just face it, Debbie belongs with the Addams Family. She found her people. She just wasn't ready to, like, be with people. But what a great storyline. This is the other thing. This is the other thing. Okay, so Wednesday having a love interest could have been that little dude from the movie, except probably the movie is licensed by separate people who were not involved in this stage production. But that was a blooming love happening. First love when you're only 12. We all remember those intense crushes and feelings. She even had that little kiss that she wiped with Joel, the little kid at camp. Which, by the way, they definitely, like, torched the camp and tortured some people. And, I mean, the original Addams Family weren't evil, but in the movies, there's definitely alluding to a lot of murder. Acquitted! Whether you're a fan or unfamiliar, the Addams Family is much beloved, and hopefully they'll get their chance at Broadway again some other time by someone who knows what they're doing. So I actually have quite a lot of playbills. I'll be pulling those out time and again. Walk us down memory lane. While Broadway is closed, my memory is filled. And also, I have a big collection. It's like 50 playbills over there. Nathan Lane as Gomez Addams. Bebe Neuwirth as Morticia Addams. Ugh, I wish Bebe Neuwirth was playing Morticia when I went to see it. You get these handy dandy when people are filling in the spots. At this performance, the role of Morticia Addams will be played by Rachel de Benedé. Benedé. I don't know. She was Morticia for the day. And it's not her fault. It's whoever wrote the book wrote a fake Morticia who was afraid of getting old! Harumph. And of course it all works out and, you know, Wednesday's gonna get married to some dude. Well, thank you so much for joining me, even though it's not a dream time. These were dreams. Dreams that died on stage. I'll see you guys next time. As always, stay safe. Have a happy Halloween. This is the perfect opportunity to wear a masked Halloween costume. I mean, if you're gonna go out there in style. COVID compliant style, baby. I would say don't eat candy from strangers, but that's the entire idea behind the holiday. Go carve yourself a pumpkin, kids. I have to go carve my pumpkin. Gotta go.